8 days of silence and fasting, and we are here with Markus Witte, and we have a class that he's gonna give us. So please don't go, because it's gonna be great.
With no desires,
Okay.
no symptoms of abstinence.
And so that's the result. So then he will eat, but he doesn't have to eat. So he can go 6 months without eating.
The easiest way is to explain. You have to enjoy not eating, then you can enjoy eating.
Yes. I find with not eating, I enjoy it, and then something will happen, and I want it. That's why I think it's important not to have the phones. Because if you see someone, even on a show that has nothing to do with food, they start to eat in the show. And then, that's why you can't fast with the phone, I realize.
Fasting means also fasting.
Yeah, I know, but I was cheating all these times using the phone to deal with
Fasting means
it.
also fasting of books.
I even watched the baking championship from British Baking Show when I was
You
kid.
should do Vipassana. I did Vipassana, 10 days silent retreat, and it's no phones now.
Oh, maybe you can text me or tell me the place.
Beautiful, like, and all of those things are just for us to feel complete, or because we have this emptiness in us, so we need
This
to
one
eat.
is already.
Down here.
Yes.
Oh, should I move? Yes. See, I'm blocking it.
And you can erase the
You can
heart.
erase
I
it.
just do that for fun.
I didn't want to see you. Oh, here in front.
Oh, here.
Do you need another pillow?
No, okay, I can see.
That's a shot. Okay.
The promotional.
Send notifications. Okay.
You ready?
Yes, we're ready. I'm ready. It's all yours, the public.
Public. Public. But then I have to sit at least over there.
Me? Oh.
For public.
Oh no, you have. The camera is already on. You're ready.
Perfect spot. So
Yes.
it's, now we do more or less open conversation.
Oh, okay.
Because starting from the scratch, I don't know. Because you already listened to my YouTube videos and maybe you already read my book, so there's no need to repeat so much. So better we focus on the questions. What did you not understand?
Me first?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I've been with him for a while, so I think you guys should take the floor. If you have questions, yeah. You need to think about it?
Oh, everything is clear.
I can start
And that's it.
with a question if you don't
Yeah,
have one.
like, what question do I have? Like the question that I did before.
I can, we can repeat it.
Yes, like you normally don't eat nothing, or once in a while you drink
Once in a while,
water,
that means more or less, because now I'm from retreat to retreat, so.
Can I have
between
your
the-
cell
the
phone
retreat,
to go Facebook Live?
Like today, we had foods, yeah. But in the end, for those, for those who are listening all these videos and asking what others do, you shouldn't care. You should take care of yourself, of your problems, of your issues. So and only, therefore I actually stopped doing videos because I don't want to be in competition with dancing cats or whatever, because it's only a distraction. You're searching for distraction instead of observing what's happening to me. Why am I actually an addict? What drives me into the addiction? That's the most important part, because the drug itself doesn't matter. It's alcohol, it's food, smoke, or whatever, doesn't matter. So, but the most people have no clue about their addiction. They think, my life is so sad and that's normal. To be unhappy, that's normal. No, happiness is actually the normal part in our life. We should live as, it's even written in the Bible, living like child, like children, yeah, like a child. But
This way.
now you're actually programmed to be a boring adult. So you have to understand that you're boring adult. You can ask your daughter, she will say, I do not need mom. Mom is boring. Yeah, then you have to ask her a question, but what you're doing, you're making a copy of yourself. You're unhappy, then you're creating another one unhappy.
That's a pretty happy.
She's happily distracted. It's with you as well. You need a distraction. And meanwhile, you are distracted for a moment by food, by a video, whatever. Then you feel a relief. Then you feel not the pain that you normally feel. That's the pain of inside. So therefore, you are completely from one distraction to another. But when you're an addict, what can you do? You copy something. You make a copy. So you were creating another addict. You're creating another ego. So you're unhappy, then you create somebody else who's unhappy. That's not, it's impossible that the children are happy, but you are not happy. And then what do? You transform them into somebody unhappy. Therefore, nobody needs parents. Parents are obsolete. Yeah, sorry to tell you, but in the life of the tribal life, like you can see, the tribe there is no mom and no dad. Everybody's mom and dad.
Yeah.
Everybody take care of each other, and that's it. But now you're playing the game of what do you say, margarina.
Mm-hmm.
Always
more.
overprotecting everybody. But this overprotection is because you have no confidence in your life. And then you are fearful, and then you transmit the fear to your children. That's easy, that you have to accept, but you won't change. But after, I would say, after 6 years, it's gone. It's game over.
A simple life.
So
Yes.
she will suffer like you suffered, and then maybe in 20, 30 years, she will do the same path like you did in your life. So there is no help anymore.
Community, a simple life, that's what you're talking about, you know, like simple life, like everybody, community. But we don't live like that. I mean, imagine, I couldn't find anybody
but
to stay with her.
Yeah. You can live like you're living, but how you live? Unhappy. An addict, unhappy. So when you prefer to be an addict, unhappy, it's not my issue. It's your problem. I'm happy with nothing.
I don't know, I think I'd be pretty happy too, but.
No,
maybe
you're
not.
happily distracted. Therefore, normally I do retreats, and in these retreats there's no distraction. And then you see exactly where's your problem. There's no talking, and there is no cell phone, no book, no nothing. Absolutely silence, and then you see. I'm good or I'm not good. Meanwhile, I have my distractions. I have the cooking channel from UK or whatever. Doesn't matter. Meanwhile, I have a distraction. So, somebody unhappy.
Yeah.
Who needs an amusing park? Somebody unhappy. Because when you're happy with yourself, then you need nothing from the illusion. You need something from the illusion because you're unhappy.
I have a question.
You don't have to make a comment. I always invite to observe, because I can see it over and over again that we are so confused about life, and I can see outside when you go down the street or in the city, there's nobody happy.
Yeah.
Everybody is nowadays there. We have what do you say?
Zombies.
Zombies. the cell phone zombies.
I call NPC players.
Yeah.
NPC, like
No,
in the
I'm-
video game, they have this character that they don't know what to do. They just
I have a question. When you finish.
Yeah, but that's the point. And therefore, it's a summary. So, as parent, it's very difficult to help or educate your, what the system do and what are you doing is actually domesticate. To domesticate your children to be the same like you. You are unhappy. So, what you are creating. Happiness means that I need nothing, absolutely nothing, and I desire nothing. Then I'm happy. Then I'm in peace with myself. Meanwhile, I'm desiring something outside. Then I'm not in peace. And when I'm not in peace, then always I will have anxiety, and then I need a drug. Any drug at all. Doesn't matter. So the point is to be in peace. It's at 2 points. First, you have to be in peace with yourself, because then you need no drug. But actually, you are creating our world, our human world. So when I'm not in peace, then the world is not in peace. That's the responsibility. Not looking for distractions. To be in peace, but nobody can't be. An ego can't be in peace because an ego is programmed to be unhappy. Otherwise, you wouldn't consume so much. Consuming means distraction or drug yourself with whatever. Clear? You do not have to be agree because nobody has to be agree or not agree. Who agrees or not agrees is the one you are not. You should only observe. Opinions are ego opinions. So for all those who want to do comments, I do not need your comments first. I do not care, and you shouldn't care either. You should actually only observe yourself.
Investigate.
So here goes my question. So, you know, there is know that they are asleep. They don't know what is ego. They don't know what is programmation. And you mentioned in your book that it's called I'm Not Marcus. So this will be like a double question. Who you are and who are we?
The nice is actually a short answer. You shouldn't care. Who cares is the one you are not. Who you are knows who it is, who it is. There's no female or male. So your soul knows that's a soul. So what you have to know is actually nothing. But the problem is you want to know. And to want to know is actually, or knowledge is actually the enemy of wisdom. Because in books, or even in my book, you only can see my view. But you should actually, that's actually an invitation that you search your view and observe your view. But now everybody who will read something, then he follows like gurus, religion or whatever.
The masters.
Or the master or whatever. Yeah, you should actually learn to listen to yourself. Because everything comes from inside out. It's not that something comes from outside. We're creating from inside out. From our consciousness, we're creating something. So for those who have no clue about, observe. Observe, for example, the easiest part is illness or sickness. You create the sickness. Sickness doesn't fall out of the sky from nothing. You are creating the situation, you are creating the sickness. So also situations like an accident, whatever, you are creating this situation. You are always a part of the situation. And when you're observing it, then you can look back what you have created. By sickness it's very easy because there is biodecodification. There gives you a small hint where to look. For example,
To connect.
knees, you have to be a little more humble to yourself, a little bit more soft. Your back, you carry too much, that's not yours. For example, children or whoever, or your dad, for example. No, that's actually your back or your body is telling you stop.
Right.
And the most people always the same thing in my retreats and everywhere, as you will right now. I'm telling you, your life makes no sense. But after the video, 5 minutes maybe, you think a little bit over it, and then you step into your hamster wheel and ahead.
Back to the phone, back to the tea and the cookie.
Back to everything.
Well, I see like in your case, you started looking and you made a change, but for a lot of people in my personal case, my father used to fast so I fast for a long time, 28 days, 10 days. At this point, I been looking, sometimes you eat because it's 7 p.m. and you haven't eaten nothing on the whole day, and it's like, okay, Melba, really, you're not hungry, why are you eating? But, and it's like, okay, no, but an excuse, but I have to clean these antibiotics or whatever it is. So I understand the process that it takes until the body understands that we don't need the food, and so it doesn't give you the signs that we think is hunger anymore. But at the same time, I also go to that place where it's like everybody has a concept, right? Everybody has like what works for you or what we come to experience as a soul. And so for a kid, I don't know if we force them to eat from the beginning. I guess that's our culture. But it gets to a point that they want to experience, like you say, like a kid, they want to experience. So it gets to a point like,
Yeah, but
talk to me.
it's like an addict, like an alcoholic. Oh, I don't know what to choose. I can choose with beer, I can use vodka, I can use whiskey. Yeah, you're an addict. But you are already an addict, programmed addict. And the ego is a program. And everything what you think and what you do is useless. Serves for them or those or whatever who have programmed you. Because everything what you do, like eating, is a program from your parents. And your parents were also programmed. And also the system is programming. Always nutrition. Nutrition is a myth. Nutrition do not exist. There is only stimulation and not nutrition. That's two different things. But you think because you are reacting on the food, then I get energy. Yeah. Any sportsman who does doping gets energy. It's stimulation, nothing else. And it's not that what you eat or gives you energy. It's nonsense in my point of view, because actually it actually takes off energy, because all your energy, what you normally should have, goes into the digestion system, and this costs a lot of energy. So it's not that your eating gives you energy. Food gives you only a stimulation. And of course, as you mentioned, you were programmed, breakfast at 7, lunch at 12 or whatever, but it's you're programmed from your parents, and then you're following the program. But also the program, eating is a program. It's a myth, but you following the belief, and who's believing and who is following, it's again the one you are not. Therefore you should only observe, back to your question, observe who you are not. You do not have to, the one you are knows exactly everything. So you only have to know who you are not. Therefore the book, not Markus, because I have to observe who I am not. It means in which moment I play the role of a mom, in which moment I play the role of whatever, taxi driver, engineer, or doctor. Because you want to do an experience. But your experience is useless. It's useless. It's very easy to explain. If you're, give me a minute. There's a small and nice heart. So,
You want a napkin?
no, it's
Sure.
okay. I have
Okay.
napkins here. But let's see that you understand the matrix a little bit. There we have the 3 dimensions. Okay. X, Y, and Z.
YouTube.
That's it. Yeah, it's the 3 dimensions. Then we have over here more or less the time dimension. That's between past. Let's say we have future over there, and present.
That's very important.
Okay.
Correct.
That means future is more or less. Let's do it black. We can distinguish easier. There we have here. There is the consciousness. What you are right? It's actually the area you can say it's soul or whatever. And here we have actually the universal mind. Universal mind, what does it mean? 0 E1, nothing else. Data, only information. So everything what's happened here in our 3-dimensional world is saved here as information. So consciousness, your soul can access information and then he can do an experience. So, but the problem is, now this is a mother self, actually your consciousness, or what you are, you're manifesting yourself. Also very important, mom and dad do not create consciousness.
What doesn't create consciousness?
Mom and dad
The moment.
can't create consciousness.
Okay.
So only they create a platform where consciousness can manifest it.
The replication of the data.
Yeah.
A body.
Yeah. So let's see, there's a, you manifested small child. Okay. Everything is running well. Meanwhile, there's no moment there. Because now the baby, we should say the baby is in true consciousness. The baby will never ever touch fire, will never ever touch a knife. But then ego grows.
Separation.
And then you and create your own mind. Something completely useless.
You don't think that's a foreign installation?
Doesn't matter, you're thinking, that's the problem. But it's like a robot.
Right.
You're programmed to think and that's it. Because everything we are inside in a program. So it's, for me it's easier to understand, but I know it's a little bit complicated for the most of you. But okay, there's your mind, and then you're starting touching fire. Makes absolutely no sense. And then everything from the beginning of fire, then you see, I have to do an experiment. No. Because everything is already written.
But
So
mom,
why we should repeat the same nonsense like our parents? Why? Makes that sense? No, because your parents actually program you and then you repeat it. You're repeating the same nonsense.
Yeah.
It's like when mom
therefore, we
protects
have
you,
to
right?
learn.
Yeah, when mom's like, don't touch the
Don't
fire.
touch the fire
Then you're like,
because
oh, I want to touch
fear,
it now.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you program your children because you program
Right.
the ego. Yeah, and the ego grows nowadays even early, I guess 1 or 2 years later, lost because with the cell phone.
Yeah, that's
I've
happening.
seen.
That's a whole different subject.
Yeah, but nowadays it's much earlier. Normally it was always between 3 and 4 years. Then the ego grows. Then
Yeah.
because before everybody is always telling me, no, I need an ego. But the ego is is created in you to think you are the one you see in the mirror.
Yeah.
But you are learning to speak and to walk
Right.
without ego. So we do not need ego to live and make an experience. But the experience can only be done by the true consciousness, not by your ego. Because the ego repeats nonsense. It repeats the program he gets from the system, from education, and whatever. It's the worst thing what you should do, send your children to school.
Yeah.
Because then they get domesticated.
Double program.
Domesticated and not educated.
Yeah.
That's the way the system works. Because the system do not want a free mind. That means a free mind.
No
is,
profit.
Today we are using when you're out of your mind, that's the perfect way.
Mm-hmm.
And then you say, no, the people are crazy because you're out of your mind. No, then I'm in my true consciousness. Now you're crazy because you're using something that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Clear? Actually easy to understand. It's nothing complicated. But you can see always ego defense is nonsense. And then even you know you're doing nonsense, after this video you will follow up again the same program and you will do the same nonsense. That's actually the point. You have to change. Change means to understand everything what I have learned makes no sense. And then not following up, but you are so programmed to be mom, you won't let your children be free. No. You will torture them till 18. And then they say, oh, I want to go outside, and they will leave my mom again.
But there has to be some method a little bit, because our bodies, even our liver cells, don't recreate stomach cells, and stomach cells don't make heart cells.
What do you mean?
I mean that we're programmed in a
no,
physiological way.
No, the point is where does
Right.
everything is actually, and you live also. It is very important to understand. Maybe you're going to see the movie. In the beginning there was light. So there is explained clearly, you do not live from substances. You live from information.
Right.
So everything what you're putting in your mouth, you're bringing to the toilet.
Yeah.
There's nothing assimilation. Of course, what you accumulate is only because you eat much faster than you can pee. So you accumulate a little bit on your body. So the point is, as I tried to explain, why this is so difficult to let the ego go, to empower your true consciousness, your true self. Why?
Fear.
Because you don't want responsibility for yourself?
No.
No, because you still believe I'm the body.
I'm Lisa.
I'm
Okay.
this one, and I'm the responsibility. Responsibility, as I mentioned in the beginning, what is the responsibility?
And that's a huge point.
To be in peace. When I'm not in peace, then I create war outside.
Yes.
That's the main responsibility.
Well, but you listen to a lot of people, no, but my body needs this. So when you pass that point, like you say, but then there is this point where it's like, okay, where is the balance? You know, where is the balance that we don't go fanatic all the way here? Like that point with, okay, I don't want to be super like skinny that like people see me and they're not even inspired to one day look like me. You know, not that they have to be, but you know what I mean. It's like that they're so shiny and those so beautiful that there's like, okay, and I understand what you're saying. We are not the body, so we are only consciousness, but we are still in this material world. So where is the balance?
Who is in this material world? Who is
Both.
handling? No, of course both. But you are doing nonsense. Yeah, you actually are accomplice of the system to enslave your soul. Meanwhile, the ego is alive, your soul is enslaved. And that's the responsibility. You have to be free your soul. But meanwhile, I'm thinking, who is thinking? Your soul has to think now. You know, the soul knows the information manifests and that's it. Who thinks is the one you are not. So therefore you have to learn to do nothing.
And I have another question when you have a chance.
Yeah, okay. I hope it's clear, but we can also, because you were mentioning, you think you need food. When you think you need food, then you manifest this in your body. And thin or what, chubby or
Chubby is good. Yeah, that's a nice word. That's a correct
Healthy,
word.
people call it healthy. People call it
it's
healthy.
not a point of food, it's a point in your mind.
Yeah, it is.
You manifestating, and when you have a little bit more, then you try to accumulate. When you leave weight, then it's like there is no cheese or whatever. But normally you see a skinny cheeses, and then you sacrifice yourself. And that's both sides makes no sense.
And I get it because, okay, she dances, right? So they had an intense week preparing for the dances for next year. And these parents come to me because they're friends, her little friend, they're friends. And the mom comes to me and tell me, this child don't want to eat. There's a girl that she doesn't want to eat. And the parents keep forcing her. So because I know what I know, I say, what if you just let her be? No, she needs some calories in the body. I don't care what she eats, but she needs calories in the body. And I'm like, so that part, you know, I understand because I tell you, if you don't want to eat, don't eat. But for her, it's like, it doesn't matter if it's chips, soda, but they want her some calories in the body. Because what you're saying, most people, we feel that if we don't have nothing in the body.
That's my question about beliefs, because those are beliefs.
Yeah, it is. And for a kid to be forced to eat, it's like, I'm not observing this, and the parent look at me like I'm crazy. I say, just let her be. She might not want to eat. Why do you want soda or chips or candy?
Right.
I don't care what she eats, but she needs calories. And I'm like,
Whoa, it's so
violent.
It's really violent, though.
Yeah.
Of course.
It is. It is crazy.
I mean, we can see it in a short diagram where you actually, what are you actually doing right now? Over there in the outer space of the internet.
Listen, guys, we're gonna have a test about this.
Yes. And first, you have to understand what's actually happening, because most people have no clue about nothing.
18
It's just
people.
crazy.
Actually, this is more or less the line of adaptation. Now you are more or less dancing in between. That means intox, detox, intox, detox, intox, detox. That means food,
Yeah.
food, sleep, sleeping here. That means here intox, intox, and then doing detox. At E, detox, detox. So on top we have sickness, and below
Optimal health.
Detox.
Vitality.
No.
Life
Hunger.
force. Oh.
Oh, hunger. Okay.
Oh.
So when you're touching
I don't know.
here, this line here, when you're detoxing, and then I feel hunger, and then you intox again.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing all the time. And maybe you can reduce the level when you first eat very intoxicated with a lot of coffee or a little medicine or whatever, and then you detox and reduce it, leave maybe even meat, eat only raw food or whatever. Then of course that you can even experience when you, for 1 month, you eat only fruits, and then you try to start again eating meat. That will be an impact, because then you start. It's like a feeling of hangover, because it's then over intox, and that means that you feel sick. It's very easy to understand. It's actually where you're dancing right now.
Even with sugar only, whatever it is, yeah.
Sugar, yeah, that's a good example, because the most people, sugar, it's over there. No, as I mentioned, and that's science, it's not what I am inventing, your body can't assimilate nothing. That means sugar is separated in what is it? CO2 dioxide or dioxide? CO2 and H2O. That means water and CO2 you exhale, and then the rest you urinate. So there is no material substance in your body. But of course, sugar is like in your cell phone right now, silicium this, and that's actually also a crystal, and that's something you can program. So actually food is already programmed, and then you eat the program, you eat the information. And because all the substances go out again, but the information is the problem. Because mainly what you can buy over there, or in the drugstores or grocery stores, there's no information, no useful information. So therefore, normally you won't stop eating, but you can change. That means, actually in the former times was always Thanksgiving. You do Thanksgiving is actually a ritual to have gratitude to the harvesting.
Yeah, the harvest, right? Yeah.
To the harvest. But normally we do it, or we have done it, at least in my childhood, every evening when we sit around and we say thank you for the food. And then you change the information in the food with gratitude. So you shouldn't never ever eat when you're under stress or when you are angry, because then you eat your anger. And then it affects double in your body. Yeah, no, it's actually very easy. So let's zoom out a little bit here, and it's much clearer. That you understand you're not born with the capacity to eat what we're eating right now. That means, what was it here? That's the line of adaptation that you have to adapt your body.
Yeah, the curvy line was the adaptation, the adaptation.
And it's not a straight line like the most people think. You only observe, and you can see it's different.
You can erase the hard.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
I love the heart.
It's a good focus point.
Focus on the heart. Exactly, there's the heart inside you. So let's make it also blue. That's actually your line, more or less, of adaptation. And then, there's the cross. Game over. And over here we have H. Oops. H. And this and dip. Oops. And when we observe, here's 0 actually. Children are not born, it's not like you're thinking it's a straight line. We're always in this level. We were born in the level. That we can see, obviously not, because when you give a baby honey, that's dangerous, because you can kill a baby with honey. But now you're telling me honey is so with high nutrition and so blah blah bloops. Why honey kills babies? Makes that sense? And so you can observe in children, it takes time to adapt. Because who's the most the most sick one, always children.
Yeah.
Because the body is still reacting perfectly. The cancer intox automatically detox. And it takes time to adapt. The same thing is, and adaptation do not mean that you are healthier. Because only because you adapted to smoke, that means that you are healthier. Please, so don't be silly. So what's the price of adaptation?
Health.
Exactly, that means this is actually the curve of health. When you're 0, then it's maximum, and then gets down. Clear?
Can you explain the last part again? I was like.
So
sorry.
that's the line of health. You're losing health because when you adapt it, for example, the extreme part is smoke. The price is less health.
Or like the breakfast, lunch, dinner,
Mhm.
Or
snacks.
whatever.
3 meals a day.
That doesn't matter in which form you adapt your body with. Even you maybe adapted to live in downtown a city with a lot of smoke. So, but it's not as that you can breathe. For you, everything is okay. But for those who live in the woods, they go to the city.
You get sick.
Easily starting clothing, and then you can see adaptation. Everything is adaptation.
Yeah.
Which is happening for the
And it's
rats
slow
and
by
the
slow.
cucarachas.
And of course, it's step by step.
That's why the doctors tell the children, oh, don't start feeding step by step, step by step.
Yeah, that's true. Beginning with
Adaptation.
cereal.
Of course, when
One
you're
meal at a
only by the honey is the perfect example. Then you can understand nutrition is a myth. Everything is about adaptation. And then it ends in stimulation, not in nutrition. Okay?
It's in happiness. It makes you feel happy to eat because we don't know how to feel
Oh,
happy
but-
without the
Yeah,
food.
you feel happy with food. The other one is happy with his pot.
That's how I
So,
see it for
that
myself.
needs
And
to
gambling.
And now
Sex.
that's a
It
shot.
brings back
So,
joyful memories of family, or it brings you a happy memory of your childhood.
Buying, shopping, consuming,
yeah,
sex,
of course. Whatever.
gambling.
Everything
Everything
is.
is an
It's an
distraction and a stimulation.
I agree. I was just saying that for me, the reason why sometimes I want to eat again is to have that refired, that memory back, so I
Yeah,
can feel
before-
good
yeah.
again.
Right.
Yeah, but why?
Because I was taught that I had to go to the institutions
Yeah, but this is
and then
only.
eat lunch at school.
Yeah, of course, you actually, when you or feel anxiety, that's normally your standard feeling, but you're covering it with eating or distraction, then you see, oh, I'm good. Therefore, in my retreats, you do nothing that you can see you're not good.
No.
I have another question. Okay, lately, because I, in order for me to train my mind and to understand that we actually are okay without any food or consuming anything, I watch many people that call themselves vegetarians or whatever you want to call it. So the last thing right now for that is being is like they move, they have to move, and they exercise and they walk, and even
Anxiety.
because if you're I'm in my mind, okay, if I'm gonna be natural, okay, I can walk and I walk at work or whatever, because I work with people, whatever. I do what I need to do, but not that I have to extenuate myself doing things that I usually won't do, like I had to get in a bike and work out because my circulation would die on me, or like that I feel more artificial, not natural.
Yeah, who's natural? Children.
Yeah.
You have to be again a child, not an adult, boring adult doing work. Who wants to work? Nobody. Nobody wants to work.
She does this all day.
Nobody wants to work. Nobody.
Oh yeah.
Because it's slavery. Who wants to be a slave? Nobody.
Well, it's not so much the activity, but they want to own your time too. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's a
Because
distraction.
working
Well,
out.
yeah, and working out
Yeah,
too.
a lot of people tell me, I like to be at work, but then it's you're a workaholic. A workaholic is like an alcoholic. Then you're using the work as your drug,
Yeah,
as distraction.
exactly.
So don't lie to yourself. That's the biggest problem. We say we still try to hold on our belief. Yeah, in the end, as I try to explain, your beliefs, what you think, and all the information that we have accumulated are, let's say it in the English word, rubbish, useless.
Useless.
So as long as I keep thinking what's healthy for me,
Yeah, you shouldn't think.
exercise or
No,
whatever.
actually, your body will tell you what's good for you. When you are, therefore, normally you should start at least. At the end, I will maybe do the passo, so that it's much clearer where you have to go in and what's the next process to be free. Be free, because everybody wants to be free, but a slave can't be free. And there's a nice word or a quote, actually, 200 years ago already. The perfect slave is the one who believes he's free. So you believe you're free, but you're a slave, because you depend on something. Maybe I'm depending on money. No freedom, slave, and no happiness. When I'm depending on food, same thing, there is no peace in me. And the worst part is, meanwhile I'm searching or looking out for love, I'm lost. Because who is searching for love?
Ego.
You're born, you're not. Because consciousness, your soul knows. It's like a fish searching out for water. You're swimming in water, makes no sense. But of course, you think you're separated. You're separated from the source, and then all misery, all thinking, it's nonsense, makes no sense. So therefore, you should go back to feel, not to think. When I'm thinking, I'm following programs, thoughts of others.
And when you're feeling, you can process it all, and maybe you can detox it out of you.
And therefore, fasting is a very good, I wouldn't say method. It helps you to clear your mind, because you detox physically, and then everything gets much clearer. Then you can see by the production of melatonin, I guess it's the right word. Melatonin?
Melatonin, is that it?
Melatonin.
Melanin?
melatonin.
Okay.
Melatonin.
I mean,
Melatonin.
an acid,
Because
Yeah,
our
yeah,
body
yeah.
is transforming it into DMT. That's actually dimethyltryptamine. That's
A happy hormone.
it's a hallucination drug, actually. It's used
In ayahuasca, is
and
that?
ayahuasca is the same thing. Yeah,
Or
but your
mushroom.
body is producing it, and by fasting you do not killing it.
That's so great.
Again, showing you that's actually the graph.
Decalcifies your,
Your
Is
production,
this one called again?
more or less, that you
yeah, pineal,
get
thank you.
idea
Pineal.
of what's happening with your
Metabolism? Is
no,
that what?
no, melatonin.
Oh, melatonin, okay, sorry.
melatonin, and there's the H. Melatonin, yeah, melatonin, H here. And the curve is normally this way.
Yeah.
And there are two very interesting points. We have here more or less 0, and we have here more or less 50. What you can see. What you can see?
Then you
Why
produce-
the baby or a newborn do not produce melatonin? Why? Because it's in a true consciousness. So the production, or your body, or your true consciousness is creating the melatonin or melatonin. Melatonin simply comes easily into my mind. So why? Because you're in your true consciousness. There's no need to wake up.
happy babies.
So a happy baby. And then what's happening here? The ego is growing,
Yeah.
Programming.
and meanwhile the ego is growing.
Yeah.
Your consciousness tries to wake you up.
Believes.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the cortisol and adrenaline we produce with all the stress we're in.
Yeah, but this all the substances to stimulate and to wake you up in
Yeah.
certain form. Some substances as a protection, but anyway. What happening with food? How is your body reacting with food? Your body creates antibodies. Antibodies. That means your body is in defense,
Yeah.
not in happiness. So don't tell me I'm happy with food. No, your body is not happy. You're stimulated. You're, what is it? Stimulation of narcosis. Narcosis?
Well, we're adapted,
So it's not experiencing, it's intoxicating.
right?
Yeah.
But we are adapted.
That's that I mentioned before with doping. Yeah, you're stimulating yourself, and then after that, oh, I can fly. Oh. But your body's saying stop doing nothing, then you're stimulating yourself, and then now I can do again. And it's the same thing with food. You're stimulating your body, and then you think, oh, I am full of energy.
Yeah.
No, nothing else. But okay, your body is creating antibodies, but these antibodies kill
Yeah.
melatonin. So when you actually do this the game of supplements, makes no sense because the food is killing your complement,
Supplements.
supplements, yeah,
Yeah.
supplements.
And that's why you start to lose sleep when you're eating. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're-
yeah. So it's actually what we're
For me,
doing,
it's the
and
opposite.
that's actually science. It's not what I'm inventing. But nobody knows nothing. So when you're on a fast, then actually you get much clearer in your mind. Then you understand a little bit more about yourself, and then you can listen more to yourself. And then you know what to do. When you're under drugs, then you're under anesthesia, no clear mind. Then they can do everything with you, and you have no idea of nothing.
Yeah, you just go on with the flow.
So
Yeah.
when you're not eating, right, which is kind of my experience, when you're not eating, like at night, you it's like not sleeping either, right? Like,
Yeah.
And then I guess your mind start worrying, what if I'm not too functional tomorrow? What if with repeatedly not sleeping, what if something, and I understand because it's people that don't do it, they don't sleep, they run, and all these Russian people, they
Yeah, and I was
run.
gonna ask you about that.
They
Yeah,
run
well,
at night.
But for me, that is anxiety, because, and this is my comment and my little experience, because I don't know too much about this road. But I think that fasting, it should not be separate from observation and silence.
Right. But that
So-
would have to do with,
And if you see those Russians, I seen like 3.
yeah, that's.
It's just fasting, and they don't deal with emotion. Actually, I was seeing one that he was talking about his mom, and he changed the topic, like, I don't want to go there. And I don't know if I'm wrong, but
And the problem is
we have to deal
that
with
you
our
can
emotions.
observe is by these groups of alcoholics, when they stop taking alcohol, what they normally start eating and starting smoking. So
I like
they haven't resolved the cause of the addiction. They only change to another drug,
Thank you.
to another,
That's my
to
feeling.
that's
another
the point.
That's my
distraction, to another whatever. And of course, adrenaline is also a stimulation. So when you have to run every day, no, something is wrong with you.
feeling. Okay, thank you.
So
That's how
so
I
you
feel.
are aware of these different folks we've seen on YouTube that
Big and
that never sleep when they're because they never eat or drink.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're aware of them or not.
I'm aware of them.
There's
but-
that one lady, she says that sleep is not good for us. We have to be giving during that time. Sleep is a waste of our time to serve humanity.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I keeping my ego alive, then I'm wasting my time as well. So most people are not aware what's actually happening.
Ego.
Yeah, it
So you
should
think
be-
that has something to do with ego too?
Of course,
Okay.
because it doesn't matter.
Okay, thank you.
Because
Right, it doesn't matter, right? It's like, what are you doing? You're not doing whatever.
your
Yeah,
body
you don't have to
is-
make a statement.
You do not have to say, I have to sleep, or I do not have to sleep. Who is thinking who has to sleep and has not to sleep?
Right,
Exactly, again, the one who you are not.
right.
And your body is the wise one, not you. When your body says, no, I do not need sleep, then perfect. When your body wants to have a rest, then give him a rest. That's it. That's the problem.
And if your body wants to walk forever,
Then
forever.
walk.
And then collapse, and whatever you
Yeah,
want to do.
whatever do you want to do. But then you have to observe what is the purpose. It comes from my soul or it's in my mind. Because, for example, running, for what purpose I have to run?
Morning and day, but night.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, night and day, it doesn't matter. But I'm also not sleeping much, so more or less 2 hours maximum. 2 hours then, but the rest I'm awake and I take advantage of this time. It means I'm using it to reflect, to observe. And that's it.
Not obsessed.
And I'm not, what do I say, very afraid. Most people are always telling me, I want to sleep. Take it easy. Maybe.
Distracted.
Yeah,
It's like a
your whole
distraction.
life you're asleep. So when you're not asleep, take the time and at night in silence is the perfect moment to reflect what's actually happening.
And they call it insomnia.
It is this.
And then they have a doctor.
But-
And
but
then they have a
drugs.
medicine.
But you're
And
a nurse.
it's a market.
You know, you're a nurse, and this big thing about having, what is it now, that everybody, if you're not sleeping because you are missing, what is
That's
that?
that's my next question
Okay, because there's
because
so much going on
it's
about
about-
this.
the beliefs that we have. And can I say it? Can I? So if you want to talk a little bit about, because you said that, you know, as we know, because I'm going to give this class to my people, beliefs, we already know that they are the things that we do every time, right? We repeat it and repeat it. They pass the hypothalamus and they pass with no permission and they stay there as a belief. And once it's in the unconscious mind, it's a belief. You believe it. It goes to mass, okay? So it's part of your identity, your personality, that's a belief, right? But then Marcus, in his book, he, and I'm gonna quote, he say, do not follow anything or anyone, because the moment you unconsciously give your power of your being to that deity, demon, angel, God, being, light, whatever it may be, what you're doing is authorizing them to absorb your energy or steal your essence. Haven't finished. So my question, how a person that has those beliefs in their unconscious mind can start to not believing in those things, like how we can do that.
How to like
You always have to understand first, you give permission to be used. Because your soul will never ever give permission to be used. So therefore the ego you can transform very easily. Spiritual people and religious people, they are the vulnerable part, very easy to manipulate, to transform, and then they follow whatever they want to follow. It's very, very important that you do not disempower yourself and give power back to your true self. So this is an illusion. As I mentioned before, your true self knows the perfect path for you. So meanwhile you get involved with chaos. And you can observe in your life. Every time you start thinking, I want to do this, and then it's chaos. But there are also bliss moments. Moments when you say, oh, I surrender. In this moment you surrender, the ego surrenders. So the true self comes and shows you the true path. So actually, you only have to learn to do nothing, to surrender, to hand it over again. The perfect example is, now you're on the steering. Hand it over to your soul and get on the back seat and let it run. It's very comfortable. From the back seat, it's very nice.
Take a breath, a deep breath.
And let it go. And then everything comes to you. You don't have to
Make a visionary board.
looking out or searching for it. Because normally you want to do a spiritual pause. Who wants to do a spiritual pause? You're a light being. Light being looking for light. That makes sense?
No.
But you're doing this nonsense by believing. And who is believing? The one you love. And that's the point. You should believe in nothing. Nothing at all. And that's a little difficult because you're programmed. And with your mind, you automatically access the nonsense. And even if you don't want to access it. Therefore, in the beginning I was telling you, you should constantly observe what you're manifesting. Then you can understand what's still in you.
Yes.
And then observe and say, nonsense, why?
Drama.
Drama. The drama you are living, your trauma that you are living in is actually because you think you are the body. Because automatically you're in the ego, and the ego accesses the mind and accesses the past. So when you're handing over everything to your true soul, then there is no trauma or drama or soap opera anymore. Then everything is gone. That's the shortcut. But you want always with your ego what onion peeling. That will never ever stop. Because the layers are so thin, and then after 100 layers, there's still 1,000 to go. And then maybe you're lucky, you finish in your life, but the most people are not because there's so much distraction outside. And keeps you always searching out. Who is searching outside in the illusion is the one who is sleeping. Very easy.
Well, I'm sorry, because I know that part, but for you that you're trying to do a tribe, right?
Yeah.
Well, not trying, but if it happens, I understand that part, because it's got to be very difficult, especially like-minded people, right? So what I experience where I live is a community, right? Which is a beautiful thing to see the kids growing up together from little. But then the devotion that I feel sometimes I don't have, I see them sometimes when they like so devotion to this, to Krishna, to Jesus, to whatever it is, right? And I'm missing, and I feel like something's wrong with me because I don't have that. So how can I transmit that devotion when I don't have it to somebody? You know, but I also admire and love the way they grow up together, community supporting each other. You don't have, you need a stroller, here it is, you need this, you need to help you plant. It's a beautiful thing to have a community.
That's what you see.
Yeah, I love
That's
that.
what you see.
That's better than normal, but it's still in the system.
I get that. So my question to you is,
Because you're depending on it. In the system, you get still an education.
so how we build a community that is like-minded and a little kind of all those
You should
types.
actually read the book.
Oh, I got it today. But
No, not my book. You should read the book. What is it? The Continuum Project or the Concept Continuum. Concept
Continuum.
Yeah. It's actually American. Was she? I guess a writer. She was living for 3 or 4 years with a tribe in Venezuela, and she described how is a human happy life. They do not know anger.
Mm-hmm.
They do not know mom and dad, and how they grow actually kids. They let them free. There's no mom over them. And then they are happy. They do not know unhappy. Meanwhile, I guess they are already corrupt because the system don't want happy people.
No.
Yeah,
Right.
happy
No,
people
business.
want consume. So you need unhappy
Yeah,
people that
yeah,
they
the
can
business.
consume.
He needed slaves.
Yeah.
Right, I mean-
Actually, this question was driving me a long time till I was experimenting, because there's all communities are always involved ego. And when there's ego involved,
Forget
it's
it.
maybe maximum 5 years, and then it's case of chaos. So we have to start from scratch. That means we have to eliminate first the ego, and then the tribe comes by its own, by the true self.
Yeah.
Therefore, children do not have to learn nothing. Actually, reading and writing is useless. For what?
I agree.
For what?
That would be perfect.
To be good slaves.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
You have to understand for all of those here, to be manipulated by this cell phone that you have in front of you, or maybe a computer. You have to have the ability to read and write. So it's not helpful for you. No, it's for those helpful who are manipulating you. Then you can see when you normally do not read and write, or have no clue about read and write. Perfect. Then YouTube is bad for you. Perfect. Because YouTube is only distraction.
Yeah.
It helps nothing. There's a lot of information. Even you see right now something in YouTube, but this is actually the invitation, turn it off. You turn YouTube off and listen to yourself. But the most people now, next. So it's up to you. It's your misery. I'm happy. So the question is now where we should start. And the start is in the beginning, because your dog is already lost.
Doom.
Yeah, lost. That's sad, but we have to start in the
Part of the
beginning.
experience.
And the beginning is actually, that's perfect here,
I have
sexuality.
a 27-year-old son, so.
Sexuality. And procreation.
There's no way they think I'm crazy. When they don't see me, they think I'm crazy.
So, what's nice to see is in nature there is no sexuality.
Nope.
There is only procreation.
Yep.
That's very important. But in humanity we're mixing it up, and that's the big problem.
Yeah.
The experience.
Yeah, no, you actually live, your sexual life is the life what you had from your parents, because your parents transmit all their chaos to you. So sexuality, how it should be? Innocent. Innocent.
It's a time.
And with
Playful.
what is it? This, what is it? Desinteresado.
Desinteresado.
Uninterested, no interest. No
No
interest.
interest.
Yeah.
Not interested.
Oh, no expectations?
No.
With no
Expectation,
expectation.
no exchanges.
And no interest.
No exchange, no.
Okay, normally
Expectation.
your relation is business. You give something and expect
Yes.
something. That's interest. And innocent is like a child,
Right.
playing like a child,
Playful.
with no expectation, with nothing. Let's play.
Not exploiting her.
No,
or
yeah,
him.
of course, sexuality is not, because you are programmed. As ego, you can't do pure sexuality. Even for all those tantra gurus out there, for application of tantra, what I need? Belief. And also a technique. And for beliefs and technique, I use someone I'm not. There you're stuck again. Because it forms still desires. Desire is why you desire something. Why you can't play like a child. But now you're an adult, confused adult, so therefore we have to start from the beginning. So procreation, how should be procreation, in my point, because I'm watching it from the point as a scientist. That means if you're a woman, happily, nice drawings here.
She's very cute. She's got her head to the side, she's smiling, I love it.
And you are manifesting. There's what's very important nowadays in the conventional way. Mom and dad form, in my point of view,
Beautiful.
no, two confused people have never balance. They form actually a zigoto.
Cigoto. Yeah.
It's a cave, and you manifesting yourself in the cave of your mom. But when you're thinking a little bit more ahead, then why we need men? So the true soul, consciousness, true consciousness, true, TC, true consciousness. Well, the best example is of course Virgin Mary, but most people are always thinking that's a myth. But when you look on the scientific part, that you actually manifesting yourself as a mother cell. The mother cell do not come from mom and dad. The mothering cell actually condensates in the womb of a woman. And that's why we need men. No, there's no need. When we have two true consciousnesses, then there is no mixer. Then there can be born a true consciousness, a true baby with freedom, with no manipulation. Because now women already program the baby, for example, to take milk or suck or breastfeeding. No, there's no need for nothing. But therefore, we need women with a clear mind. And first, we need women with a clear mind, and the rest comes by its own. Because in the book, I'm also mentioning there is a tribe in Namibia in South of Africa. They have the tradition when a woman feels the need to give birth, then she is sitting down a tree and waiting for the call of the true consciousness. And when there is a connection, then the true consciousness shows her a song. And then after, this will be the song for the being over here. And in the tribe it's very, very nice to see, because every time when then the ego starts, the tribe starts to sing the song of the true consciousness. That the ego is reducing again all the time. But they still have the old tradition with the procreation with sexuality, but the connection is already the base. When we have the connection, then the rest is easy. Because now you think as a woman, no, I need men, because this is this is actually procreation, sexuality, because it's mixed the procreation of an animal. But with a higher consciousness, with a true consciousness, there is no animal behavior, procreation like an animal. And we can do it in a higher level. I'm talking about a higher level. When you want to be an animal, do whatever you want like an animal, but with an animal then we create again the same thing. Always we become the same thing. Two traumatized people will traumatize again another being.
Can we say then that if we don't do things like consciousness, like it should be, and all these babies, like I have 4, they are karma?
Karma.
Good question, Lisa.
Yeah, the karma
Like-
that you live
like, so you
normally,
You
I
create
would
that
say,
too.
over 95% of population have no former life karma. You're balancing everything in your normal life, 95%. 5% maybe have to repeat what they have done. So maybe in your life, you
Those 4 kids.
you
took
experience, no, kids, but you experience maybe an abuse in your childhood. And then that's perfect. It's a balance.
Balance.
And this balance is, I call it the homeostasis in the universe. When you have done something, then you have to balance it. But when you still say, oh, it was abuse, blah, 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 then you have understood nothing. So everything what happens to you is perfect. You lie to somebody, somebody will lie. You steal something, then somebody will steal from you. Very easy. There is no injustice. Everything is justice. But the most people, no, it's mine, somebody has, no. Even only very simple. You work for a bank, then you steal legally. Stealing is stealing. And in the universe, they do not care about word legal or not legal. Balancing is one. When you steal, it comes back to you.
A hospital, a nurse.
Yes, when you lie to someone, even when you are not always aware of it, then it's also you have some part of guilt in you accumulated, and that has to be balanced. So everything is good. So be grateful with everything what comes to you. Do not classify or
Put it in the back of
Judge.
judging. No judging, because everything is perfect. Even you not agree. Who is not agree with the problem? Always the one who you are not.
So it means that even if we are asleep, our soul or our being, who we really are, it's the unconscious mind got us. Whatever happens, that's a perfect plan. That's
Everything
you can say
was,
that.
yeah, exactly, because for your soul, they can only be free when everything is balanced. When there's still a bill open, then you have to pay it.
You have to pay the bills. Yeah.
And the bill, you not always know the bill. Maybe the bill comes and say, I don't want the bill, but that's actually bill, accident, whatever. Whatever situation you are experiencing is perfect. So therefore, actually, life is so beautiful. And I'm happy to be here, to play on this playground. But the most people, I don't want to come back because don't want to come back hasn't understood nothing at all, because your soul wants to play. And of course, the more moment you give to your soul, the more happy you are, because happiness is when you are in peace with yourself. That's happiness. But you can't be in peace. Meanwhile, you're depending on somebody or something. Food, money, or love. Then you're stuck. Yeah, it's actually simple. I'm not telling, of course the most people say, but I do not care. What do you think? I'm only observing where is right now the misery, and I only can see this is the beginning. And when we do not change here with a higher consciousness, then we will go into repeat and repeat and repeat. Because you're thinking you try to educate. By women, it's very easy to observe, because they're always telling me, with 20, I will never ever be like my mom. With 40, they're like the copy.
Yes.
And it's impossible, because it's in you were already programmed. So then automatically the next generation is programmed, and this the chain will go and go. So we only can unchain this slavery of mankind when we start in the beginning, when we change sexuality and procreation.
So what
That's
will be?
my observation. Everybody can do whatever he wants.
A good thing to tell the young people that are getting ready to have babies.
You don't tell them anything.
Yeah, and they have baby consciousness. That's the only way. Sexuality is something different. But nowadays, of course, it's so crazy. Sexuality, or you say sexual, or general,
Right.
Género, what is género?
Heterosexual?
No,
No,
género.
género is masculine or feminine.
Oh.
What is
You know the battle that they have with
what is the
homosexual
title for it
and
in
what is the
English?
term?
Oh,
Like
for hetero?
transgen?
Yeah,
Transgender? Yeah.
no,
No, it's not.
Asexual? Oh, no. I forgot
No.
the name of that. Sorry.
Oh my God, the word.
Yeah, no, the sex. We have sex, masculine, not the application of sex, the sex, masculine and feminine. There is no more. Everything else is confusion.
It's crazy.
Yeah, of course there.
It's
Yeah,
identification. People want to identify as something.
yeah, because then I have a higher status or whatever nonsense. You have true consciousness, not the ego. But of course, the ego, and now this that you can see is actually the result of this toy here, of this
Yes.
cell phone. With the cell phone, the children get very, very early confused and manipulated.
Yeah.
So therefore, the only hope for humanity is here in the beginning, and of course, first a little bit isolated. Meanwhile, you want to live the life you're living right now. What sense does it make that we change something? When you still hold on money, when you still hold on your house, when you
That's the
still
point.
hold on your car,
Future. Power.
what mankind will there be in the same like right now and even worse?
Yeah.
So we have to do the U-turn. Not the uncivilized people are the bad ones. No, the civilized ones are the crazy ones.
Yes.
Everything is upside
Well,
down.
that's
Exactly, and
my
that we have
point,
to
yeah.
change. And of course, the most people now will hold on, but who is holding on again? The one you're not. You're holding on your program because you have certain comfort. Why you desire comfort? Who desires comfort? I ask, I'm here not to church, I'm here to invite that you reflect what you're actually doing. Because the most of the time, you're programmed like a robot, and you execute the program. You do, even when you think, it's so funny to overlook all this, because you're observing or thinking not your thoughts. You think that's your thought. No, the thoughts of others. The thoughts that you have written, they were taught by your parents. Everything what you think is not actually what comes from your heart.
See?
And that's a program.
Yeah.
I know for the ego thought, and it's your game, your play, but actually you can't play and you do not understand the game. Then the game plays with you. And that's most of the time. So when you actually really want to play, that means as in the back seat, not on the seat. On the back seat there you can observe the game of your soul. That's it. It's like I'm always observing, looking back, because a lot of what was happening in the last, let's say, 10 years or even more, they come from. I have no interest in nothing, actually. I'm happy with myself and that's it, but then I'm creating situations like this right now, without knowing, without planning, without nothing. So the situation came. And
It
that's
was just.
that is to be in the flow, and that's actually to live in your true soul. And therefore you have to learn to do nothing. And that's difficult.
Which
You
is
know,
very difficult.
yeah, because you're programmed to produce, to be active, to do. Therefore exists always the to-do list.
Wait, you have that standard, right? That like you, okay, I have women in my community and people that okay, we study this and I study that, and since I grew up, okay, I have association and I learn this science and this healing and that so much. And couple people like younger girls, they learn something and they put it out there, and all of a sudden they're teaching classes, and they're like, I learned that, but why am I not doing anything with that information? And then somebody else, and I learned that, but why I didn't do anything with that information? So for me, it's been very valuable to see today how you put it, like you need to know anything. You know, because that's kind of the stage where I am. I'm like, okay, I like to have some more income. If I become an influencer, that would be nice. But then all of a sudden, I don't have any interest for that. So, and then I see Marcus with his experience, all these other influencers making all this money, and Marcus is like,
I'm gonna tell you what on the class on Thursday at our meeting, it was so powerful that I wrote a whole chapter on my book. And I'm gonna say it in my New York and you know how I saw it, and because yesterday I mentioned it, and I want my participants to hear it. This is like I interpret it. We are towers of energy, essence, purity from the conscious mind, right? And we don't have to do nothing. Work with that tower. If the tower has cables that doesn't work, we're not gonna be able to. We don't have to do nothing. Just be there, connected, and everything it's gonna flow. But that is for me. It's so difficult, but I'm learning. But the way he said it was like so wow. It's true. We just be. It was wonderful.
And I know a lot of people still have a big list what they want to do.
To-do list.
The to-do list, Vipassana, whatever, or I don't know.
well,
The list is very long,
that's so
and everything helps to discover that it's useless. That's the only thing that you have to do.
Nothing.
But telling you it's useless, don't do it, and then with luck you discover that's useless. Otherwise you're holding on, it helped me. Who helped what to what? Please. The illusion helped the illusion, because you as ego are your illusion. The illusion in the illusion. Where do you can make an experience? The illusion in the illusion can make an experience. You make illusion, nothing else. So everything what you do is useless. I know it's hard to hear, and as Lisa mentioned, when, and the system knows it, when the lie is repeated 1,000 times, then you believe it's true. Even we have never ever seen a virus, only have to repeat, then you believe it.
COVID.
Or whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay? So I do not care what you do. I'm not here a nanny. Do whatever you want. But I hope you discover very fast that it's useless what you do. Otherwise, you're stuck in the matrix. And when you're stuck in the matrix, then you are obedient to the matrix. And then then you have to take the blue pill.
And you know that, let me tell you an example for them of the ego. This is the ego, right? Our mind. Like he's the one who tells you, like the spiritual one. When I was religious, you know that you have to be spiritual. You have to be a good Catholic. You have to be a good person. You have to be good. So then you try to be good, right? And you do everything. You follow the rules. But then when he's the same one in your mind telling you, and you really think you're gonna be doing that. You don't remember when you did this, and this, and this? You don't remember when you see those pornography? You don't remember. That's the ego. That's our mind. And if we follow that path, that's the ego. The ego is our enemy.
I I wouldn't
For me,
say
it's a
enemy.
devil.
It's a false creation.
False creation, yeah.
And then do not pay attention to it.
Right.
Right.
It's crazy.
Because when you see it an enemy, or
Crazy
then,
Joe.
you inflate something that doesn't
Make it bigger.
bigger than it. So let's wrap it up with the
One more?
Yeah.
One more. Okay. There's this other lady, and I'm just because I'm learning from all of you guys. Your experience helped me, right? But this lady, she started doing, not eating, not drinking. I don't know how many years she lasted. I think it was 2.5. And then she ended up with kidney failure in the hospital. Do you experience in your body, with your experience, because the lack of water, like anything?
Beliefs.
I know it beliefs, yes,
Yeah,
but this.
Okay, I can explain it in a graph. Much easier. That you understand where's the problem. Because the question is
Those are
always.
the stops for me.
We go back to our adaptation curve. And more or less you're here.
Oh, thanks God. 50. A little more than that.
I would say the biggest part is, I would say even more. Let's say it's 78%. And it's optical, let's go up a little bit. Let's say here. And there we have food, environmental, chemicals or whatever, and beverage. So these 30%, 30%, you always pay attention, of course. When you, for example, you are ill, you passed right now, because over the line is illness and below is more or less a stable position. Then below it, then it's hunger. Okay, when you remember the detox. And the moment you're passing right now, you are ill or you're sick, and then you're reducing this and do a fast, then you maybe will be here. But after a while, you're eating, and even in age, that I have seen by my mom when she was dying by cancer, she wasn't eating nothing, but in the end, she was dying. So you can reducing it. Okay, that's the first part to understand.
Gradual.
No, you can, for example, you are ill, then you do a fast, then you very easily detox physically, and then you feel a relief very easy and very fast. But the cause of the sickness, this is more or less stable. What is growing is here. That's actually your personal life. That means cancer do not come from food, beverage, or environment. It's only the last drop to burst the barrel. But the main problem is cancer is because you hate yourself. You creating the cancer cells. The cancer cells do not come from food, beverage, or environment. But the most people, no, you are, because it's very easy to observe. Let's see, you were mentioning it, the unhealthy people in a certain area because they're eating a certain type of drug, or they have certain environmental issues. So, of course, the rate is higher because it's very easy to overthrow it. But when it's only the environment, then should be for everybody. But it's not everybody ill. So, but everybody has an issue with his personal life, and this personal life kills you and makes you sick. It's not the environment.
You kill yourself.
It's a small, in my observation, a small part. Of course, it's intox, but the biggest intox, because when you see the curve, as here is 0 and there is the cross, the age, that means, as a child, that you have no personal life. You have no drama,
No.
no trauma, no nothing.
All this.
And this is growing with the ego. Of course, it's happening in the first 6 years, but then you're repeating and
Yeah.
making more. But this is the personal life.
And remember the environment, tu entorno. That person, I'm pretty sure, as a nurse, that there will be a doctor, a nurse. People would experience, oh, I had that kidney failure, all
Personal
that
life.
goes.
Exactly.
The personal life.
So everybody, it's the same thing. Everybody who is doing a fast should have the same symptoms. No.
No.
So the food and when you do fast is not the issue. The issue is because when you do a fast, then also all your personal life becomes much easier to the surface.
Yeah.
To catch.
Therefore, you always want give me some food and give me some to drug me. But I don't want to see.
Yeah.
But that's the point. All illness or sickness is the personal life.
It really is.
You are the creator of the situation.
Yeah.
It's not because you're doing a fast.
And it's the reason why I'm asking, because it's like you start buying other people's lives too, right? Because it becomes your
Yeah, as we were saying, when they repeat a lie 1,000 times, then you are believing it's true. And then the worst case it's happening, and that I like to suggest to everybody else as well, then you stop actually the question. You should always question. You should question me, what I'm telling, but you should also question what you believe right now. But no, you're holding on your beliefs.
On your
Even
personality.
you can see that's nonsense you're holding on. Then you only have to ask, why? Why you hold on to nonsense? Why?
Why I'm
Yeah,
curious.
I know, because the ego is afraid to get burst, get eliminated. So the ego will always defend the nonsense. Even you can see it clearly.
You don't
You
wanna
can
lie.
it so clearly, I do not need any glasses or whatever.
Oh, wait.
It's obvious. But it's up to you to change. That's actually what I always can see. And it's actually in terms of science, when you repeat the experiment over and over and again and expecting a different result, that's called stupid.
Yeah.
Stupidity. The same in your life. When you have your life and doing over and over the same thing and expecting a change in life, that's be stupid.
Right.
It will never ever happen. You have to change. Change eating habit, your beliefs. You should actually eliminate all your beliefs, believe in nothing at all.
The environment.
And then observe your desires, why you still have desires, why you're searching for love. Everything you have to observe. You get to the source. Because everything is cause in effect, nothing else. Sickness is cause effect, nothing else. The name of the sickness doesn't matter. The cause, you are the cause, as we mentioned, you are creating. And when I'm creating a sickness, then I have, that's actually a messenger. A messenger who is inviting you to, there's something, please observe a little bit deeper. But now, what you are searching for? A relief. Give me a pill, give me something, a treatment or whatever. I don't want to change, I only want a pill. That's why not. It's not my life. I changed.
But you see yourself like in places like in Italy when they do the festival, right? And you see all the different people. I do the liquidarians, the fruitarians, whatever. It's still in the ego trying to find an excuse to stay attached to their own.
Yeah, but for me is
Y voy a poner el video. Lo ven.
when you classify, for example, perfection status. There are 4 status. The number 1, I guess, is when you do not eat and drink. And 4 is when you have a life like you're eating and drinking.
No, you have the consciousness, but you eat only like one
Yeah,
because
but-
you want to.
But the whole thing, I think to observe what sense does it make to classify an addiction?
Wow.
You're an alcoholic number 1 or alcoholic number 4? Does it make sense? No. But anyway, let's wrap it up because now I don't know because
Yeah.
the video is also very long. With personally the rest of the question we do maybe tomorrow or
No, we don't have no more questions. We're good.
Very good.
If you want, I can do my testimony just to be there. So on my first retrieve, I had cataracts, and my last, because I went 4 times. The last time he told me, well, I'm gonna give you in 5 months, and you may need, the insurance will approve the surgery, because they're getting back a little bit. And when I went, nothing.
No cataracts.
But if I'm not outside in the light, I use my glasses. Why is that? That is a message. My
Yeah,
blindness,
well, you don't want to see.
there's something that I don't want to see.
Yeah.
And that's an example that I, with myself, because I'm terrible.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, ready. So we it came actually from Spanish past. Yeah, actually it's a step. So the first one is P like paciencia, patient. Be patient. Paciencia is a little bit easier to understand in Spanish. That means 2 words. The science of peace.
Harmony.
So you have to observe why you're in peace. The worst part of all is always searching out for love. Food and money is also always related, but then you can't be in peace. That's impossible because it's like any addict. You also, when you have eaten, then you're already worried about the dinner or the breakfast next morning. So you can even see your fridge or refrigerator, how full it is, and that's your worries. Yeah. Then the next comes from fast.
I
Oh,
do.
sorry, fast, and this is and actually we should drive us into an intermittent
Intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting?
Intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Intermittent fasting. I'm good.
Yeah.
I took
I
time
didn't know what we
to
were talking
correct
about,
this.
I came in late.
Intermittent fasting. So, and of course, in my point of view, should be at least 6:18. Everything always makes no sense. So then, of course, tendency should be in direction to 1:20.
6 hours you eat and 18 you don't.
You drug yourself 6 hours, and 18 is actually should be 12.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
That would be, and also the tendency should be,
dry fast.
the tendency should be in direction fruits.
23:1.
But that's up to everybody else. I do not care. But of course, when you have, as I mentioned, food is actually limiting your capacity to overlook everything clear. So also the intake should be less and less, and of course the tendency should be in direction to fruits, fruits only. But that's up to you. Meanwhile, you want to enjoy. Okay. Then the next one is in this group was actually easy, but
We were good
24.
participants,
What are you
right?
doing, what,
Silencio
24
or silence?
2 a week? 2 days, 3 days a week? Fasting?
silence. That is, silence was in the lost related, but it's the mostly complicated when anxiety comes and you have no distraction, then you use normally somebody else and then you open your mouth and talking about nonsense. Only to distract yourself. Yeah, that's normal, yeah. And last, not least, that's observe. Okay. Observe means observa, so observation means the true meditation. Because the most people always do meditation by a technique. Technique, for a technique I need a belief and I need an ego.
Yeah.
Then I'm stuck again. So you should learn to observe, not to analyze. Normally you're always, analyzing means comparing. You always compare all the nonsense you do. Now the neighbor is doing the same. Are you comparing with your neighbor?
Judging.
Yeah, when somebody is jumping from the roof to say, oh, okay, I will do it also. No, do not compare with nobody. You should observe yourself. And observing and getting to the cause, that's meditation. Because only by standard meditation, it's more or less hypnotizing yourself. Then you, before you're in a mess and after meditation, you're in a mess. You mean in between you feel a little bit better. But but you have to change your life. And it's not because of meditation, it's because you have changed your life. That you have to understand. Most people know it's because of meditation. No, you changed your life. Changed certain habits, eating habits, living habits, maybe separate with your partner or whatever. That is actually what changed. Not because of meditation. Meditation helps when you observe, to get the cause, where's the problem, resolve the problem, and the effect is gone. Cause, effect. Nothing else. It's very simple. Not much science there. So that's actually what I can give you to be free. But this is actually a routine that you should do every day. Every day, the moment in silence, in observation about your peace. If you are still in peace, why not peace? Why? What drives you around all the time? Observe your thoughts. Observe the nonsense you're thinking.
And when they ask us, like me, they ask me, oh, how you feel, Lisa? Oh, great, great. But then, why are you taking omeprazole? Why are you taking something to sleep? Why are you taking Tylenol? So, it's like,
in this world, you can't be well, but no, it's impossible. Because the system is actually designed to keep you unhappy and keep you ill and sick with food, with whatever. Most people are always asking me, how long does it take to detox? I would say 1 to 2 months in a dry fast, at least.
Oh my God.
So it's not a weekend and that's it. Takes some time. And it's not by my experience, it's also by experience by a Russian author who was writing or was analyzing all these people by dry fasting, and he could observe that even after 40 days they still have symptoms of detox.
Oh wow.
So it's not so quick that you detox.
I have the
But
ebook,
you have
they
to
just sent it to
understand,
me.
from breastfeeding till now you're intoxing. So it's not.
So it takes
so
2 to
quick.
3 months of dry fasting to
Yeah.
detox.
Without eating anything.
Yeah, it's also
And
heavy
not drinking,
metals and all of
yeah.
that in the body.
And
Even-
nowadays it's even worse because even you do not intox with food.
Yeah, now it's breathing
Now
and
there's
skin.
other substances in there. It's much more complicated.
Well,
But by constant fasting, your body is
Getting more efficient.
detoxing much faster.
Nice, okay.
So
Okay?
I'm gonna wrap it up.
Thank you.
Marcos.
You're welcome. And,
So
Wait.
nice to meet you.
and I hope we see us one day in a retreat.
They're not, Marcus is not paying anything for this, but this is the book. And it's a great book. He didn't want to write the book. In the first page, when you open the book, it says, "Can you please close the book and observe yourself?" And the second page says, "Oh, you didn't do that? Okay, so this is the blue pill." And these are the donations. Thank you so much.
Thank you
And
for having me here in this audience. So I have to,
yeah.
I have to.
No words.
I have to model here my new shirt.
So turn it off, right? Okay. Oh, he's opening. Okay. No, not yet, because he's opening. Let me see it. And Stephanie was the one who picked.
Yeah, she was doing
Sí,
shopping.
hello.
Nice.
Short.
Hmm?
And what else?
Okay, hello.
What else? Masala tea. I
Uh-huh.
love the masala.
I know.
I had one in India, and since this moment, every time you're tasting the masala, it's a memory of India.
Nice.
But I do not need every day masala.
Right,
That's the point. When
right.
it comes to me, then I'm enjoying it. When there's no heat, done.
You're done.
Then I'm good with
No
myself. I'm
anxiety.
happy. I'm not searching or looking out for it. That's the difference.
Wow.
That,
Buen
in the
camino.
beginning we were telling, you only can enjoy food when you also enjoy fast.
Yes.
It's very important.
Key information.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I see you guys.
I'm going to the traditional thing. I'm gonna ask Marcus to put his signature here, maybe some energy will infuse my brain. Since I'm here, why not?
C-O-N-A-C-E. No, say it. Oh, what do you want me to do? Oh, write it?
Yeah, this is here.
That is easy.
Because
No, you're smart, that's right.
So now we can take off.
Mm-hmm. Copy.
Now we can
And then
talk.
I don't know how to. So, oh, and we have tea and fruits.
Oh,
You and, I think I spelled that right.
we had 10 fruit. Feel like you in your house, please.
you.
Yeah, you have to tell your mom to eat no more.
To do here, baby.
Hmm?
My
That's
goodness.
why I gave you that book,
I wish
because
I wouldn't have to do
that,
anything.
you
This is
kind of
so
remind me of the
long
book a little, because it's about people
to
that
buy.
Sure.
Yeah,
there's no
sure.
moms or dads, they're all just a
I have the copy.
I really like that book because of that, it inspired me.
Facebook?
I'm gonna read the one that you
Yeah,
told me about
I
too,
guess,
I love books like that.
I did it in Facebook already.
Do I gotta
So
buy
what's
it?
up?
In
Mhm.
this one,
¿Quieres hacer un WhatsApp?
Bueno,
in
pregunta si
Australia,
quieres.
of course, all
¿A qué baño voy, Lisa?
They're amazing.
¿Quieres?
Pues allá o aquí también al mío.
Donde quieran.
Sí, ven aquí.
¿Seguro?
That's why I love
Sí, claro que sí. Perdona, Reguerito.
Tú
Que
tienes, y tu papá y tu...
mi
Él
papá ya
está
se
durmiendo.
durmió.
Él es bien suavecito.
¿Está?
They have used
Oh,
my God.
ayahuasca is abused, right.
years
God
to
help
take
us.
meat and the ritual, everything is nowadays a big show.
Yes, you're right, if you make money.
That's your path or your
My mission
love, you
or
know, your
whatever.
mission. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because
Mauricio, can you play the
I'm doing
in
it
the-
still with fashion.
that's good because you know we think that we are separated.
el
but
video
we
que yo hice?
I know you know already everything what I was talking today. You know.
I mean, my
But,
ego is talking maybe.
Yeah, but you still listen to this outside. So
Well,
therefore it's the
well,
big invitation.
No sé ni cómo apagarlo.
Silence.
El video.
So, ¿cómo hago ahora para apagarlo? I
¿Viste el
don't know.
video?
Está live todavía.
Melba.
Oh my God.
Yes. M-E-L-B.
MELB.
Quítalo.
It's live? I don't know. Oh my God. I'm sorry, viewers.
Let's see. That's like.
Yeah,
Yo no le he mandado a
That's
YouTube.
the point, having fun, right?
Of course, yeah, okay.